Yo, what's going on guys, it's Playground here coming at you with another video. Cold War Zombies seems to be shaping out to be one of the greats, and today we are exploring everything coming up in future DLC. So, at the beginning of the game's life cycle we got a trailer for the first map, that being D Machine, or as Craig Houston likes to call it, D Machine. And in this trailer we saw Weaver looking at 6 different screens, 4 of them showing map locations and the other 2 being blank. 2 of the locations shown on the screen have become maps in the form of D Machine itself and of course Phi-Base C. Now the other 2 maps showed 2 other locations that have been teased in game, one being the Ural Mountains and the other being Berlin Wall. The Ural Mountains has been teased in game through the campaign mission Echoes of Cold War, as well as many different intel and ciphers on D Machine and Phi-Base C. As for the Berlin map, on the main menu of Cold War Zombies in the Creator Class section there is a map of Berlin with a red dot on the right side of Berlin Wall, specifically on the tower. This tower can be seen from the alleyway on Kino de Torten, the starting map on Black Ops 1, leading people to assume that the map will be consisting of the streets of Berlin as well as a small portion of Kino de Torten remastered, which would make sense due to the missions which take place in Berlin in the campaign. The devs would obviously already have assets from the campaign, allowing the map to be easier to make. So, we know about these 4 maps to have already been released in the form of D Machine and Phi-Base C, but what about the other 2 screens? I don't think they're there just to look pretty. Perhaps they're there to suggest that we are getting an additional 2 maps, making the map total of 6. Again, this would make sense, since with the exception of World at War and Black Ops 4, all previous Treyarch zombie titles have consisted with 6 maps. World at War was the first installment of Zombies, so it is expected that it didn't have as many maps as they were experimenting with the mode at the time. And Black Ops 4 was quite the ambitious game. Treyarch decided to go all out, making 8 maps, and let's just say it didn't go down too well with the Zombies community. If the 3 considered best Zombies titles consisted of 6 maps, that being Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3, then why wouldn't Treyarch continue with the formula? Though what would these other 2 maps be? Well, we simply just don't know yet. However, there are some teased locations on Phi-Base C, specifically in the military command room. The most prevalent one is New York City, which we see a standalone map location on the wall. Then there are many other red dots on a much larger map of the world. However, there are far too many locations to just have 2 extra Zombies maps. I reckon these will be locations for multiplayer maps, which can be turned into Onslaught maps for the PlayStation exclusive mode. My best guess at this moment in time would to suggest that the New York map would become a future DLC and the final map would be teased on the next DLC. But that's not exactly where the fun ends. Rumours are going around about a new, never seen before Zombies experience. This mode, codenamed Outbreak, is said to be a sort of open world experience or semi-open world experience taking place on large fighting maps in multiplayer. Now where do these maps take place? The Ural Mountains. And there was also a cipher discovered on D Machine teasing the mode which reads, "Attention K. Initial survey of Ural site verifies it is by far the largest incursion zone yet recorded. We must assume Requiem will detect it via satellite and deploy fire teams regardless of sovereign borders. Recommend continuing operations while monitoring Requiem communications. With your support I will ensure any new games remain in Soviet hands." It's also worth mentioning that the key used to break the cipher is Outbreak. The cipher was solved by RichKiller and Coldstone, and I'll leave a link in the description to where I found this. It's also been leaked that a new Warzone map consisting of all the fireteam maps inside of Cold War's multiplayer will be coming out in either Season 2 or Season 3, as it is the 1st year anniversary of Warzone in somewhere around about March time. This map is rumoured to be bigger than Verdansk, the map that came out with the launch of Warzone last year. And a map of this scale isn't just going to consist of 3 fireteam maps. Just like Modern Warfare, I reckon more fireteam maps will come out as the seasons go on, perhaps 1 a season. Now, what does this mean for Zombies? Well, with all things considered, I think the new Outbreak mode will come out at the beginning of Season 2, as well as the new Warzone map, as well as the usual new battle pass, weapons and so on. Consider the start of each season as a multiplayer and Warzone update. Then as the season goes on and the mid-season update comes out, a new map for fire teams and Outbreak will come out. And then a few weeks after the mid-season update, the Reloaded event will come out, and this will consist of a new zombies map. This would ensure that the zombies community is always happy, as well as the game will never become stale. You may be thinking this is too much content for Treyarch, however I disagree. With the success of zombies so far, Treyarch may be starting to focus more attention around the mode, as it would make Activision more of that beautiful money. Also, at the end of the 115 blog post back in January, Treyarch said this: "Before we let you go, we'll leave you with this. What we've talked about today is just a glimpse of what's planned for zombies in 2021. If you think you know what to expect in Season 2, think again. Love, Treyarch." This could be considered the point where Treyarch realised that zombies could be a huge success this year, perhaps becoming even more successful than the likes of Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3. There has also been rumours going around about a potential Zombies Chronicles 2, which was apparently supposed to come out with Black Ops 4, however due to Activision not liking the game that Sledgehammer Games was producing at the time, they drafted Treyarch in to help out and save the game, which we got Cold War out of. This meant Treyarch had to stop working on Black Ops 4 and the Zombie Chronicles sequel to put all their manpower into this game. However, this means they have a lot of leftover assets for the Chronicles from Black Ops 4, which they can use for this game. 3 main maps rumoured to be coming out with this are the 3 Victis maps from Black Ops 2, Transit, Die Rise and Buried. They could also put Nacta and Torten in there, as it's a map already in the machine, Kino de Torten, as it's rumoured to be coming with the Berlin map, and perhaps even Mob of the Dead, as there are already assets in the form of Rebirth Island. And that will wrap up the video. Hopefully this is helpful in some way. If so, consider subscribing and leaving a like, it would be very much appreciated. I've also begun streaming over on Twitch, link in the description if you're interested in that, and I will see you in the next one.
I am undefeated.
Area clear, I'm picking them up. Team is on board. Requiem Actual, we are airborne and out of here.
Outstanding. I'll see you at the landing pad.